I'm Christian Abbott.
I'm Nathan Lavender.
I'm Sean Abbott, and this is the Red Mist Podcast.
Hello, welcome to the Red Mist Podcast, Season 4, Episode 13. We're going to set the Wayback Machine for 1970, Christian, here.
1970.
1970, you know what 1970 means. And hey, unfortunately, it's not the Plymouth Superbirds that dominated NASCAR with the huge wings and stuff like that. We're going back to the Trans Am series. And car number 13, infamous orange Chevrolet Camaro of Rochester, New York's independent driver Warren Agor. Christian's like, who?
Yeah, hold on.
Drove in Trans Am, then went on to IMSA, was one of the first runners of the Decon Monzas there, so became an instant favorite in my book. But his cars were just iconic because they were just bright orange with the number 13. Doesn't it look cool?
That's beautiful.
Yeah. Yep. And now, some unique facts about Warren. Went to Cornell University and worked on Roger Penske's organization as a crewman for Mark Donohue. And then started his own business in upstate New York with his wife. Sadly, Warren passed away several years ago, but longtime stalwart, independent. Just those cars were awesome looking.
Now, my question is, why can't they just look that good now?
They do in vintage racing. They look just as good.
yeah, but let's keep.
Oh, you
modern.
mean like with actual sheet metal and stuff instead of fiberglass?
No, not necessarily. Like you can.
I'm all for that. I think they should just be, buy the car out of the showroom, strip it, and away we go.
Yeah, I mean that would.
There you go. But anyways, those cars were awesome. All right, so that was good. A little bit of nostalgia there for me today. That was good.
I guess before we go any further, if you want to talk about showroom to racetrack. I heard Porsche is supposedly making a road-going version of the 963.
They did that with the 956. Who did it? Dower did it. They built a road-going one back in the 80s.
Mm-hmm.
Was it the 963 or the 917? Because there's a couple of guys.
The 963 is the current GTP that's out
there.
Yeah,
the current car. Yeah.
The 917 was,
which is the Le Mans Steve McQueen cars.
One, yeah.
I've
seen videos of people making their own.
Yeah. There's one the guy in Sweden did. Which isn't crazy.
Yeah, I think that's the video that I remember us watching.
But I thought I saw something else. I'll have to. Can you bear with me 1 second? Let me just take a quick peek.
I guess this would be Porsche's latest super or hypercar, essentially.
Oh, okay, cool. That's exciting.
Since the 918 Spider, is that the right one?
Wow. Yes. Graham Rahal, apparently. Oh, is it the Carrera GT or the 918? What do they call it? Is that the same one?
Yeah, similar idea, but the 918's got a little bit more in it.
Yeah, I don't know. One of those Graham Rahal and his Graham Rahal Performance Group, they they sell, like, they find them and sell them. He's like, he's got the most luck on it. Anyway, so let's
Yeah.
before we go down the Porsche file route. Tonight we'll talk NASCAR, the Jack Links 500, Talladega.
Yeah.
Yep. We'll talk MotoGP in Jerez, Spain.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to dabble with some British touring car because the season opener happened this weekend at Donington Park. 3 races.
Go right
and
ahead.
It was fine, entertaining racing.
Mm-hmm.
Saw some of it on Racer Channel and then the other on their YouTube channel. So, very excited. I'm a big fan of BTCC.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll talk news and notes. We'll look ahead to this weekend. We have Miami.
Yep.
Grand Prix. And IndyCar.
Yes, said Barber.
Barber. Thought we were going to have a live report from there, but that's not going to be happening.
If I was going to go, I was just looking at going on Saturday on like qualifying day. So
Could have called in with a live report, though.
I know.
Nice.
I'm still 50-50 on whether I'm going to do that or not.
Gotcha.
So,
Gotcha. You also could have went to Talladega last weekend.
If I'm going to go to that, I need a group to go with and not just like maybe one other person that I might know.
We need a group and a motorhome.
Yeah. Yeah, that's. I mean, whether it's that or the Daytona 500, either one, you need a group to go with.
Yep, gotcha. All right, let's roll on to NASCAR. Congratulations to Austin Cindric, our winner, and another locked-in driver.
Penske's doing it again.
Yep. Kyle Larson was second. Basically pushed Austin to the win. However, Kyle did not finish second. He actually finished fourth. I'm sorry. Did he finish fourth? Yes, he did. Because I believe the second and third place guys, Ryan Preece and Joey Logano, were DQ'd in post-race inspection. Gents, you need to make sure your bolts are tightened. That's all I can say. Otherwise, a relatively clean race. There was no massive big one. 3-wide, 4-wide racing. A lot of complaining. Drivers complaining about the other drivers on the radios and stuff. But that's all I really got to say about it. I know you want to salute NASCAR for what did you call it?
They did an entire green flag running from the start of stage 3 all the way to the finish. No green white checkered.
No green white checkered.
No yellow with like 10 within 10 to go or within 5 to go. Like they ran it right to the 500 distance, and that's what it was. Nothing else. I know there were comments of like, oh, it might have been boring or whatever, like not exciting. I can't hold too much truth to that because I didn't watch the race. Because again, my expectation for this race is they go 490 miles and then caution right at the end, and we're just gonna start doing these green white checkers just to get everyone to the end. But hey, I'll give him props, give him credit where credit's due, and you know what? So far they are 10 races into the season, and they've only had 3 races that had green white checkers.
Yeah.
So 1 and 3 is not bad, and I mean that's also with the first 2 races having ending in green, white, checkered. So really, only just one of the last 8 has ended like that. So that's good. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
I like it
There you go.
when we go the distance and we don't have any BS debris cautions at the end or anything like
Right.
that, or someone just someone mistakenly just, I don't know, dropped an oil can or something like that, and they're just, oh no, we gotta throw yellow because someone's parked it at the end now. That's not to say like we get it towards the playoffs and they're just starting to drop them left and right just to spice stuff up. I don't know. I mean, like you said earlier on, there was a cut to commercial with like 6 to go, so that might be in there just because they know that either one, that's promoted to whoever's sponsoring that time slot for commercials is knowing that there's going to be a yellow, or it's just the last time that they're going to get any commercial in for the race. So the one thing I'm not a fan of with American TV is all the commercials, and it just seems like in racing that they cut to commercials, one, way too often, and two, at the wrong times.
Yeah.
Because it just doesn't, like, even just take like the IMSA races, and like especially the 24-hour race, like what was it, one race that there was like more than half the race was under commercial time.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, you got crazy stats like that. F1's kind of like a different story because with the Sky broadcast, they don't run any commercials, so it's really up to ESPN of when they want to.
Yeah, well,
throw in a
right, but
commercial.
ESPN has adopted the policy of going commercial free.
Yes, yeah, which again, totally fine, and I would much rather move in that direction. And then obviously any other series that's not promoting or broadcasting their series on a TV network, they're doing it on a streaming service. Obviously, the streaming services can vary, but like if you're just doing it over the internet they're all the internet, but the traditional like YouTube streaming or those kind of platforms where you're not having an ad pop up or anything like that.
Yeah, why don't we let's finish up with the NASCAR and we can come back to that.
Yeah,
if you'd like.
Yeah, no.
It's a good topic. So all right, so that's kind of where we're at with that. I'm sorry to our NASCAR fans that we're just kind of being brief, but honestly, don't have much to say. It's NASCAR.
Mm-hmm.
In terms of next week, we are at Texas Motor Speedway. That place still exists, huh?
Yeah, still there. I don't know why.
Still there, and it's the Worth 400. All right.
Yeah, not sure why.
They only have one. That's all. What are they? They have 2 races there, with 2 NASCAR races, and that's it.
Yeah,
possibly.
On top of whatever local stuff that they do, I would imagine.
Okay. Yep. There you go. I would like to point one interesting fact over the NASCAR weekend that I enjoyed was my further introduction to Cletus McFarlane.
Oh my God. I mean, like I'm late to this.
I didn't know much about this guy, and then so kind of, he does kind of a nitro circus, but with cars. So he's kind of like in with Travis Pastrana,
Yeah, he's his own brand that everyone's
his own brand,
liking and taking off. So
apparently, like Dale Jr. has taken a serious liking to him, which is kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
It was also kind of cool, like he was doing stuff on his YouTube channel this weekend because he was staying in the infield on Talladega Boulevard with some frightening stuff, which was entertaining.
Yeah,
and finished 10th in the Xfinity race.
Not bad by
No.
any means.
Good on him. Love it. Fans seem to love it. Well, he probably got more. He got more. I think he's got more likes than most of the Xfinity drivers do. But all for this guy. Anyways.
Yeah,
All right.
I sent you. I mean, I'm not like super into him. Like I've come across some of his videos.
I'm just starting to
watch.
I'm just starting to learn about him. So
yeah, I did.
You know,
I did watch the first video I watched all the way through was him the other week or other month with Smoke.
Yeah.
And trying to park their Chevy in the parking spot. That was hilarious.
Yeah. Well, I'm all here for him, so I'll be watching. I enjoy it. Yeah, like Smoke likes him, Dale Jr. likes him. I'm all for it. So, all right, there we go. Another lunatic. Actually, more people like him. We need more characters in racing that aren't complainers.
Yeah.
All right, that's you, Joey Logano. All right. All right. Let's move on to some real racing. Let's talk MotoGP.
Jeez.
In Jerez. And congratulations to Alex Marquez on the win at home. Came at the absolute misfortune of his brother, who dumped the bike. Third race in a row that Mark's dumped the bike. Guy starts off, the season, bunch of wins, leading the points, and 3 races in a row is dumped the bike.
Yeah,
So Alex took the win. It was insane, though. Just, I don't know. I really enjoy watching it. It's 25 laps, so it's somewhere between a half hour and 45 minutes of racing, and it is just oof. And if the guy in front gets out to a big lead, they cut right. You go back to the pack and watch the racing in the pack because it's crazy. Crazy.
I haven't watched much. I think I really only watched like a handful of MotoGP races. But
yeah.
When we watched the U.S. Grand Prix, I don't know, a couple years ago.
Yeah.
I think that was the first race that I had really watched like all the way through.
Yeah.
And I know that race was crazy in itself because just a lot of guys were going down.
Yeah.
But since then, I guess I didn't realize how many guys dumped the bike.
I think that's more so. I think it's 2 things. I think some of it is the characteristics of the bikes and the guys that pushing so hard with them. But also, I think some of it has to do with the tires they're using. So it's been kind of, kind of in some ways, kind of like that. But guys do make mistakes. I mean, guys run it out wide in corners. They outbrake themselves, and it's like, I got to dump the bike.
Yeah.
There are. I mean, obviously, the one thing you can't control is the high sides, which are just brutal.
No. I'm not focusing on the high sides. Like it's more just
no. You're saying the guys that go into the corner and they just lay the bike down.
Yeah, and they just go down too low.
It happens. I just think that I think they're really just they're pushing the envelope that much.
No, right, which just it shows, but it I guess it was surprising to me because even during that U.S. Grand Prix, like there was
a couple, I remember
there was a couple, that dumped it, but like there was a good portion of them that were the leader,
right?
And I was like, and at points of the race, like it was times where they were
by themselves.
It was by themselves after like a long green flag period, and like I just. You don't. It's not. I'm not saying you have to back off, but like, man, like,
right?
Don't
these
you
guys
like,
don't back off?
Yeah,
that's the whole thing.
So
they don't back off,
which it's totally fine. Like I'm all for it because it shows that these guys are pushing and the level that they're going at.
Yeah,
it's cool. Like I have no problem with it. It really shocked me.
It's weird. Yeah,
seeing some of the other. And like
I just think it's how much on edge these guys are. That's really where it is.
Well, you just
I think that's
the top guys at a top level making a lot of mistakes. You would think. and these guys are.
Lando does.
Um, there's
Just saying.
no, I know, but I mean with these guys, I just
I
all
know.
the highlights, I just see them dropping
But
bikes
if
a
you
lot more
watch,
than I would have expected.
but if you're watching the race and they go to those super slow mos when the guys have got the bike like literally a centimeter off the ground.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that's how this happens. I mean,
Yeah.
and then how they're going into corners, they get the rear tire coming up off the ground as they're on the brakes. I mean, these guys are friggin' magicians. It's amazing.
No. The slow mos of MotoGP, I'm not sure what else can
do
really
it justice.
else can really
know
rival it. I mean, yeah, like there's some great slow mos in F1 and in WEC. Like I get it, but like, man, like MotoGP is just a different level.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, they get the bike. The bike will twitch. It's like when the bike twitches and the guy saves it. You're like, holy crap. I mean, it's just I don't know. I'm looking forward to having a chance to go see him race one time.
Yeah.
I really, really am because these guys are they're nuts and they put on. It doesn't matter where you're watching the race. Like if the guys up front are kind of playing lead and follow, the guys in the middle of the pack are going at it. Guys are dive bombing, trying out breaking each other. It's wild. And then it's like Marquez and Bagnaia, Bagnaia. Sorry. They literally went down the straight and they were leaning on each other and their teammates. It's like, all right, there we go. It's just great stuff. It's fantastic. Really enjoyed the race. So now Alex Marquez has vaulted his brother into first place in the Rider Championship. And they are off for 2 weeks, and the next race will be the French Grand Prix at Le Mans on the Bugatti circuit, which is a fascinating track.
Yeah,
absolutely great motorcycle track. Yep, looking forward to that. So I'll be tuning into that. So there we go. All right. Let's just talk British touring cars real quick. 3 races kicked off the season. A lot of driver movement amongst teams. New teams taking up new cars. Hyundai is back in the series up at the front. The Ford Napa team is probably the best run team, but Team Virtu is that's the Hyundai, so they're there. We do have Honda Civics running. So essentially, this is TCR racing, is what it is, except they do allow BMW in it.
Are they still using the hybrid?
They're using what is called Boost.
Okay, so
they took the hybrid unit out and went to a Boost, which essentially is like IndyCar, power to pass.
Push to pass and overtake.
The thing that I like about the British touring car is the teams do not know. The only person that they know is in the 3rd race. Okay, the points leader for the weekend. So if you're leading the points after the first 2 races, right? Of the weekend, or I think it's 3-race weekend. That guy is only given 1 lap of Boost. So basically,
whereas everyone else gets
whatever, like 2-3 laps of it.
Oh, okay, all right. So they get half or a third of it.
Yeah. So it starts out. The first race starts out with X. The second race is Y, and then the 3rd race there's I think there's 3 laps of Boost, and the leader of the points on the weekend has one lap of Boost. The other thing they do is in the qualifying session. So this is just to help balance out the front wheel versus rear wheel drive cars. The front wheel drive guys have to come in and switch tires. All right. So again, they're trying to just even the field out, which is fine. I have no problem with this. It's the way it is. What else was there? I was trying to think. There was something else. Oh yeah. So your team. So unlike IndyCar, where everybody knows how much boost everyone's got, in BTCC, you do not you cannot tell when the guy's using the boost. You have to assume you think you know when they're using the boost. Which is what I like. I would like to see IndyCar do. I'd like to see but the problem is if they put the graphic up, then the IndyCar guys are going to be watching the TV.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
You're
But
going to get it one way or the other.
Yeah, you're going to get it one way or another. But anyways, I kind of like that. So, but it was Donington's a great track. They ran the short course. They didn't run the long course here. Ash Sutton, who had an off year last year after dominating for 2 years in a row with the Ford Napa team, came back strong this weekend and picked up 2 wins in the first 2 races, followed to the line both times by defending champion Tom Ingram in the Hyundai. And then in race 3, Tom Chilton, yes, the brother of Max Chilton, took the win.
Hey, there you go.
And Tom's been a long-time British touring car driver, so that was cool. But like I said, there was some good racing. The guys were leaning on it. It's fantastic, great stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So, trying to think where they. Here we go. Let me get the calendar up. 2 weeks time. Brands Hatch Indy course.
There we go.
That is literally like running Lime Rock.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, whether it's the Indy course or even just the whole Grand Prix course.
The big course, the GP course. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they ran Donington Park in August, third to last race of the season. They will run the Donington GP track. So that's the one where they come down the back. They get to the little kink chicane, go all the way down to the hairpin and come back.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's fantastic. Just the rest of the tracks they have there are just like crazy. They got a like Snetterton, just wonderful tracks. The only track I don't really like is Silverstone, and the only reason is it's just so wide.
Yeah.
Because it's just it doesn't really do touring car justice. Whereas these other tracks are all tight and nimble, so it's the pack racing's there. Whereas Silverstone, the field can kind of get stretched out, but I'm not. Trust me, I'd love to race at Silverstone.
Do they use the whole track, or are they using like the national?
No, the national circuit.
Okay.
It's still a little, It's just it's because it's proper safety, track. Whereas these other tracks are just old school like Lime Rock.
Well, I mean, I think it's really just was it Cops? Is that the fast right hander?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it's just a runoff that they have there. If you take that away, like the rest of the track's fine. Because they use that layout for the Walter Hayes Trophy.
Yeah. Yeah, so. But again, it's just the tracks over there are just fantastic. So great stuff. Anyway, so really, really into it. Looking forward to the next race.
And where can you find all these races?
You can find them on YouTube. They are typically you got to be careful because. They pop up, so they do the race, and then they stop, and then they come back like 3 hours later. It's the next race, and then the next race. If you have in the UK it's ITV4, but Global Live Race Day it's on YouTube. They also have it on Racer Network. Again, the only problem with Racer Network was they were popping in with ads. And that what I'm gonna try and do the next time I watch this, I'm gonna try and use my VPN and watch it on YouTube and see if I get any ads. Because that's typically the UK feed, so it's a little different. So.
All right.
All right. There we go. So I will be following that as we kind of phase down NASCAR coverage a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Nate will. Be up in arms when he comes back.
Yeah, maybe.
Interesting point to note in this series, Lewis Hamilton's brother Nick is driving.
Yes, that's right.
The Powder Monkey Brewing Company. Kind of cool. So, good to see Nick back in the series. All right. All right. That covers that. Just I'm not 100%. It's not a lot of news out there. A lot of speculation.
Yeah, plenty of speculation. Well, I guess the one bit of news that's I guess confirmed is that Cadillac is supposed to unveil their F1 livery this week.
Oh yeah,
at Miami.
Yeah, that's true.
And then with that is the surrounding speculation of who their drivers are going to be.
Right.
The latest rumors is that Perez is one of them, and supposedly Zhou Guanyu.
Yes, I did see that.
I mean, I think everyone's hoping for different drivers, but that's not to say that those two choices aren't illogical either. I mean, it brings plenty of cash, and it does do the North American market that they're looking for.
Well, I don't think I'll give it to you on possibly Perez.
Yeah.
But I think there's going to be a lot of disappointment and it's nothing against Joe, but a lot of disappointment if it's not. I'm not exactly thrilled with either one. I'm not exactly thrilled with Perez because I think he's past his prime. I think the only thing that's saving him right now is Carlos Slim. That's just my whole thing.
Is what?
So less than Carlos Slim, Telmex.
Oh, okay.
His other sponsor beside Kit Kat.
Yeah. Well, Kit Kat's now what, F1 sponsor?
Yeah. Well, anyways. So, not less than thrilled about that, but I don't know. We'll still see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately, one of these drivers is going to have to foot the bill. So I would expect that out of this program.
Both of those drivers are going to foot the bill. There's no way.
Yeah, they would, and that's I guess where.
Yeah. Now,
I would be less impressed about it.
Now, people just need to understand the reason Colton Herta's name is in this is because he runs for Andretti Global, which is owned by which was originally the mother team for Cadillac.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's like the Towers Group, but I believe it's Dan Towers who owns it, which is Group 1000, which is was Gamebridge.
Mm-hmm.
That I mean, basically, he's the driving force behind that, along with several large U.S. Private equity funds, Guggenheim being one of them, which is like big dough. So that's why Colton's name's coming up.
Yeah.
I mean, Pelot's name comes up, but it hasn't been said whether or not. I would my personal opinion is I would take a flyer on Pelot. I would just take a flyer on two drivers. I don't really want Perez because he does nothing for me.
Yeah, I mean,
I like Joe. He seems like a nice kid and everything, but again, these guys really don't. Now, if you're going to tell me you're going to bring Max Verstappen in, I'm all for it.
Right, but I think you got to offer more than what's been reported that.
I know.
Been thrown at him.
Right. Well, what you can offer him is you want to run Le Mans?
Right, and so can Aston.
I know, but
And
just
and
say
technically,
Ferrari could.
well, yeah, I know. If we want to go
I
down
can,
this rabbit hole of
yeah,
where he can bounce around,
there's a lot of big rumors going on around about what's going on at Ferrari right now,
yeah,
which is unfortunate because, like, seriously, Lewis has just gotten into the car, so
yeah. Well, in like we're what 4 or 5 races in, like we still have
yeah,
what 5, 6 of the calendar
yeah,
left to go.
yeah,
So
yeah,
or fifth, whatever. Like
yeah.
there's so much of the season left, and when's this this flexi wing rule supposed to kick in?
I thought it was supposed to already be in, but yeah, I guess not.
Because I thought that was, well, actually, sorry. Well, even if that's not in, then like we're getting to the point now where upgrades are going to be starting to come to the cars.
Yeah,
So teams can be making moves and all that stuff. So
right.
there's a lot that can go on, and everything is still close at this stage. So, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I guess I'll have to try and figure out when that wing is supposed to get updated.
Yeah.
If I could find anything in the next 5 minutes, but yeah.
Do we want to get to our picks for the weekend?
Sure.
Let's do IndyCar first.
Okay.
What are we doing? Just the winner and the dark horse?
Winner and dark horse for IndyCar.
Okay. All right. Do you have Nate's?
He's the Wi-Fi is a little spotty from him, so we're gonna have to make do with what he's sent us. He's gone basic for the winner. He just is gonna ride this Polo train. And then his dark horse is oh boy.
I thought he said Devlin.
See, yeah, he's running. Yeah. Well, all right. Devlin DiFrancesco does.
All right, that's what I thought. All right. All right. My winner. I'm gonna go with Scotty Mack.
The newly.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. This is my new hero. Trans Am crew driver John Moore sadly crashed out of the race, got out of the car, and got his. He got out of the car. You got to go back and see this. He crashed in turn 1, and he got out of the car because he had a motor blow, and that's why he went off the track. And, oh no, he got into the oil. Sorry, of the car that blew the motor. Got out of the car and lit a cigarette. Absolutely fantastic.
I'm assuming you have the Trans Am race going on the side.
I do.
Yeah.
I do. I just saw this. This is absolutely fantastic. I will have to. I'm gonna pause the race here because I need to go back and get that picture. Yeah. Oh my effing! That is fantastic. That guy's my hero now. And then he goes over, and the guy in the safety car says, "You got to put the cigarette out." And he had his water bottle, and he dumped the water bottle on the cigarette. All right, I'm gonna go with Scotty Mack. My dark horse. Callum Ilott.
All right. I'm gonna go for the Verizon IndyCar. And
Willpower.
my dark horse is oh. I feel like I missed the name. Where'd he go? Let's take Rasmussen.
Oh, okay. I like that. All right. Should All right. There we go. That's IndyCar. Looking forward to it.
Mm-hmm.
I think something that folks need to watch as the season progresses right now is the fate of one team, Arrow McLaren.
Yes. Actually, you
Um,
can. We only discussed it last week, but it came true the
it came
the
true.
day
You're right.
after.
The day after, as the McLaren axed its Formula E team.
Mm-hmm.
Reason for that is obviously the determining whether it was worth having both a WEC team and a Formula E team. Better to take the dollar resources from Formula E and put it to that. Now, I will say this: IndyCar has also the rumor about is the fate of the IndyCar program.
Yeah.
So let's keep an eye on that. It was fueled further by rumors of Pato O'Ward, discussing his future. So, anyways, just throwing that out there. All right.
Yeah.
Formula One. We're back onto the Formula One circus. Going to Miami.
Oh boy.
Do we have Nate's picks?
Yeah, he's gone with Norris, Russell, Hamilton, so he's going for a British podium.
Okay.
On U.S. soil. We'll see how that works out. And then as dark horse, he's gone with Hadjar.
Okay, I like his dark horse.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna go for the win here. I'm going out on a limb here. I'm going Leclerc.
All right.
Max will P2 it. And I'm gonna say Lewis gets a podium. So I'm going Ferrari 1-3 with Max. McLaren to be shut out of the podium.
Or they take each other out.
Could that could happen, or George could get into it with him.
Yeah.
My dark horse is going to be Ollie Berman.
Alrighty. I've like Nate. I've gone with a Norris victory. I'm gonna say Piastri is in second, and Max is gonna finish third.
Oh, okay. So you're going top three. You're going our three championship.
I'm gonna say that the boat does not get rocked.
Okay.
And
Fair.
your top three is still your top three, and then Gasly is going to be the dark horse.
Okay.
They're actually because I've seen mixed reporting on this, so I should double check this. All right. So the latest weather report is Friday is. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, all are 80 degrees high, with like mid to high 70s. Friday there's like 5% chance of rain during the day, so that's practice. Okay. Saturday, chance of rain goes up to 15%. Still hot. Not so sure there. Sunday, gets interesting, where we're looking at a 50% chance of rain in the afternoon. So we could have a spicy race on our hands, and I would very much enjoy it if the rain is off and on. However, it has been somewhat of a drought down here in Florida of late, so the water is much needed. So I don't know if off and on rain would be the case. I would probably err on the side of more consistent rain and probably a huge downpour.
Really huge.
Yeah.
There you go.
Actually,
does that change? Would that change your thoughts?
No, because in Australia we kind of saw the same thing, and it was really just like,
okay.
I mean, had Piastri not looped it, then he would have been fine. And honestly, outside of that one loop, he hasn't made a mistake this season. So I think he'll be fine. And I would probably hedge my bets that Piastri is kind of a makes one mistake and learns from it kind of guy. So I wouldn't see him spiraling down a hole of making the same mistake over and over again and choking and throwing it away. I think there's other people that can do that much better than him. So, I mean, yeah, rain. It would be. I don't. Have we had a Miami Grand Prix where it's rained? I don't think so.
I don't think so.
So that would definitely be
not aware of it.
Definitely be interesting. Where is it? The full schedule. Yes, this is what we wanted. All right, so support races for the weekend is the F1 Academy and Porsche Carrera Cup North America. Right? So we'll have 2 Porsche Cup races, which I thought those were great the last time.
Yep. Nope, I agree. Definitely agree. I watched them in replay, did not catch them live, so.
The past couple years?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I haven't watched them live either, but because they're kind of nice to skip through with a yellow or two in the middle.
Yeah.
All right, well, IndyCar and then F1. Oh, IndyCar is actually, they got a good slate on their schedule. It's IndyCar and Indy NXT. I think it's the USF 2000 are there.
Okay.
But also there's the Radical Cup and but more importantly is the MX5.
The MX5s are running there.
So
okay.
We will
all right.
get to see some
chock full weekend there.
Yeah. So IndyCar has definitely got a lot of action there on the track. So hence why I was looking at more so Saturday than any of the other days.
I gotcha.
But we shall see.
We shall see. All right. Anyway, I think that's it, right?
Yeah.
So on that note,
good night.
Thank you guys for listening to the Red Mist Podcast, hosted by Christian Abbott, Sean Abbott, and Nathan Lavin. It's produced by Christian Abbott, and music is by Alex Wart and Harrison Tate.